What's up, guys? Swaggy, you're back. Today I'm going to provide you an update of Donovan Mitchell to the New York Knicks. As a Knicks fan myself, I do want to dive into this. I'm going to give you the facts and the rumors, and then I'm going to go into my opinion. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, bro. I'm going to be posting a ton of Knicks videos, a ton of NBA videos, and also drop a like in the video. Help get this out to more fans of the NBA, more Knicks fans. I'd really appreciate it, man. Trying to chase my dreams out here. Without your guys' support, it wouldn't be possible. But without further ado, let's get into the video today. So the New York Knicks, if they want Donovan Mitchell, will get Donovan Mitchell. Because right now it's between the Heat and the Knicks. Of course, some other teams could come in, but as of right now, it's between the Knicks and the Heat. Those are the two teams showing the most interest, with the Knicks showing the most interest. And for obvious reasons. The Knicks have a ton of future assets. They have, of course, the ability to trade first-round picks in 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026. The reason for that is because they have their unprotected first in 2023. They have Dallas's top 10 protected pick as well, which obviously is going to convey unless Luka goes down with an injury. I really hope that doesn't happen as a fan of basketball, not just because the Knicks own that pick, but that's even if Luka does go down. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks, not that they're like the best team, but they're very well coached, and it's just a winning organization. Like, the chances of that pick not conveying is slim to none. 2024, the Knicks have another unprotected first, and of course they've got Detroit's top 18 protected pick, which certainly will not be conveying. Probably will in, I'd say, 2025, around that, a couple of years past. I mean, the Pistons obviously won't be very good the next couple of seasons. I mean, they're going to be insane in a couple of years, but yeah, that pick won't convey, but still they have the, obviously the ability to trade it. I mean, a first-round pick is a first-round pick. And then in 2025, the Knicks have their unprotected first. They also have Washington's lottery pick, which probably will convey around 2024, 2025. I mean, the Wizards, it's just hard for me to believe that they won't be in the lottery. Bradley Beal or not, they're just, I don't know, man. They're just not a very good team. They got something building up, I will say. I don't hate the Wizards by any means. Like, they've got Porzingis, and they've got like Rui Hachimura, and they drafted Corey Kispert, right? Yeah, they got a pretty solid team. But I mean, just having these first round picks for the future, the Knicks really valued that, and that's why they ended up trading the 11th pick. Because the Knicks could have drafted Jalen Duren, but I mean, I honestly would rather have Jericho Sims than Duren. I mean, I'm not saying off of upside, but I'm seeing a lot out of Sims, and he's just in incredible shape. So why not trade that pick and get more assets, dude, when you already have three very talented centers? So, and then in 2026, of course, the Knicks have their unprotected first as well. So you're starting to see a theme here. The next 4 seasons, the Knicks have their unprotected first, because the Knicks management has been very smart with trades. Prior, they hadn't, but of course, they have been lately, so that's why the Knicks are set up to trade for Donovan Mitchell. And the Knicks also have Milwaukee's top 4 pick in 2025, which certainly should convey. I mean, Giannis is still going to be dominating, man. And yeah, I mean, that's a lot of picks right there. So you guys can see the NBA stipend rule basically is bypassed by the New York Knicks here, because they can trade a first-round pick in 4 consecutive seasons, essentially. So the Knicks, not only do they have the most picks to offer, but they have young players. I mean, RJ Barrett will certainly not be in this trade. I mean, if you're trading multiple picks, RJ and a couple other players, or Donovan Mitchell, you're out of your damn mind. That is ridiculous. I'm not saying RJ Barrett's better than Donovan Mitchell, but you guys have to understand, Donovan Mitchell is 6'1", and he's not the best defender. So Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, is that going to work on a basketball court? You'd have to imagine that RJ Barrett will have to be playing the 3, because I just don't see a world where that works and that wins. Yet alone a couple of playoff series, but a championship, there's no way. So, but on the flip side, Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley, who obviously is washed up. He's not a scrub, but Mike Conley's not the best player. He's certainly nowhere near Jalen Brunson. So if you're telling me that Donovan Mitchell can go out there and win 50-plus games pretty much every season with Mike Conley, I mean, him and Jalen Brunson is going to be a problem. And, of course, the Knicks, I don't know what the trade would look like, but maybe they give up Julius Randle. Maybe they don't. Hopefully not, honestly. I'd rather give up Fournier. And I have a problem doing this. Like, I don't really care necessarily about the picks. Like, the Knicks have a ton of picks. why not use him for Donovan Mitchell? But at the same time, like Emmanuel Quickly and Quentin Grimes and Obi Toppin, like I've come to really like these guys. Like the Knicks drafted them for a reason, bro, and I want to see them develop because like the Knicks in the past, like they haven't really drafted a team like this and just rolled with it, bro. They usually just trade them or something like that. So I want to see what the Knicks players can do, but also obviously Donovan Mitchell is a star player. I don't even think he's a superstar. Like I don't think Donovan Mitchell is on the level of some of these other premier players, but him and Brunson and RJ, and if they were able to keep Randall, I mean, I think that would be pretty much almost as good as any team in the East. I don't even know if they still would be able to beat a team like Miami and Milwaukee, a healthy Milwaukee and Boston. Like I think those teams right there would still likely be favored over the Knicks, and the Knicks would have to give up obviously their entire future, like literally their entire future. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, he ain't going for cheap, bro. I mean, Rudy Gobert just went for 4 first-round picks and a couple of players. So what is Donovan Mitchell going to go for? So are the Knicks in a position right now to trade for a star? I personally, I can see both sides of it. If Donovan Mitchell does go to the Knicks, obviously it's going to help the channel. It's going to help Knicks Daily. It's going to help Swaggy because, obviously I get MSG and I'm a Knicks fan. Like, it's a lot to talk about, a lot to process. But at the same time, the New York Knicks actually do have a very bright future. And I just think they should go into next season with the young guys, like probably move Randall, move Derrick Rose, move Fournier, and just, hey, let's roll out there with Emmanuel Quickly, Jalen Brunson at the 1. At the 2, you go with Quentin Grimes. At the 3, you go with RJ. At the 4, Obi. At the 5, Mitchell Robinson. And then off the bench, you've got Emmanuel Quickly. And you've got a young player like Cam Reddish. And, of course, Jericho Sims. They've got Isaiah Hartenstein. So Miles McBride and them boys. So that's what the Knicks should do. But if they do want to go out there and trade for Donovan Mitchell, I really don't want to trade quickly. But I think to this point you have to move quickly over Grimes. And just to kind of like reiterate my point from a couple of videos ago, I did originally want to keep Quickly over Grimes, and it was because we didn't have Jalen Brunson at the time. I mean, at the end of the day, if the Knicks didn't sign Jalen Brunson, it made it quickly to be very important because, I mean, obviously you need a point guard to succeed in the NBA today. I'm not saying that a team like the Sixers, whose best player is Embiid, or the Nuggets with their best player Jokic, they can't win because they obviously can. But I'm just saying you need a premier point guard in the NBA today, and that's why they're getting paid. That's why Jalen Brunson's making over $100 million, and certainly is worth it. I mean, Jalen Brunson is a bucket, but Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, if that can happen, you probably have to do it, I guess. But I just really hope that Donovan Mitchell can elevate his game in New York. He obviously... Isn't he from? Actually, I think he was born in Greenwich. I'm not even sure exactly where Donovan Mitchell is from, but I do know that obviously he has connections with the Knicks, and if he really can just take his game to the next level in New York and be a number 1 option, man, I guess you go for it. But I do have concerns with Donovan Mitchell being a number 1 option, and I think a lot of other people do as well. But we'll see what happens, man. It's your boy Swaggy. I'm about to sign out here real quick. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.